So, some news this morning that was broke by Sky Sports News is that Arsenal are set to hold talks with their potential new manager, Mikel Arteta. Arsenal will hold talks with Mikel Arteta on Thursday about becoming the new manager, according to Sky sources. Former Gunner midfielder Arteta is the leading candidate to succeed Arsene Wenger if appointed. He would be handed a transfer budget of just 50 million this summer. The Arsenal executives, who are responsible for choosing the new manager, are understood to be holding talks this Thursday. They are expected to include Ivan Gazidis, Sven Mislintat, who is the head of recruitment. They want a head coach to fit the new management structure, which clearly they think he is. He is currently assistant coach at Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola said he will not stand in his way if he was offered the Arsenal job. It is understood that the Spaniard will be allowed to bring in his own backroom staff. So that means that Steve Bold would be leaving, as well as the other people that are involved with Arsenal. It's a gamble. It is a gamble. You'd expect them to be putting someone like an experienced person in. After all this time, they need stability. And Mikel Arteta, as much as I like him, it's a gamble. It really is. Are Arsenal fans going to be more or less unhappy with Arteta? I don't know. Nobody knows how this is going to go. If it goes really well, they're going to look like geniuses. If it doesn't, they're going to look like complete and utter twonks. And there is nothing anyone can say at this moment that will, you don't know. You don't know. It's interesting that he's going to get rid of Steve Bold. He doesn't seem that, I don't think he would want to work with Steve Bold. I think he'd want a fresh approach totally. 50 million is not a lot. That is, the money less than what they spent on Aubameyang. You've got an aging defence. They need a better defence. They need a right back. They need a holding midfielder. They need a winger. You're not going to get that out of 50 million. And that is something it's going to be hard for him. It's a gamble. It's a bit like, obviously it's a different situation, but Steven Gerrard going in at Rangers is very similar because it's a gamble. Will it pay off? I don't know. But they need to back him a bit more than just that 50 million if that is true. I think they wanted someone with experience. If you look on Arsenal Fan TV and Arsenal Twitter accounts and that, they wanted Allegri, top manager. Simeone, top manager. Joachim Löw, top manager. Arteta hasn't managed before. Arteta is not a top manager. These people have won titles. Simeone has won the La Liga. He's won Europa League. He's finished runners-up several times in the Champions League. Allegri has finished runners-up in the Champions League. He's won several Serie A titles. Joachim Löw, he's won the bloody World Cup, for goodness sake. Arteta has never been that successful as a player. Obviously, he was at Everton and Arsenal. He seems a very key part of what Pep Guardiola is trying to do. And he said on the Monday Night Football special that Arteta has been working with the likes of Raheem Sterling and Sane after training, and that's sort of why they've been so successful this season. Who knows what impact they've had? Who knows? But it is key that he is given time. He's not going to rejuvenate it overnight, because it's more than that. It's a huge gamble. And it just goes to show how much they lack ambition to be going with him. They want someone, who will say, yes, first job, yes, I'll do anything. I will, I'm going to be happy because you're giving me an opportunity. And that is a very weak mentality to have. They should be going for top managers. They shouldn't be going for, just because you played for Arsenal. Would Arteta be considered if he didn't play for Arsenal? Of course he wouldn't. Of course he wouldn't. So just because you played for Arsenal, it doesn't mean that you should be considered. And it really boggles my mind that just because you've been manager or managing somewhere and you're a former Arsenal player like Vieira, or just that you're a former Arsenal player, it doesn't mean that you should be involved here. And it boggles my mind. It's a bit like how Ryan Giggs was always linked with a Manchester United job, but they didn't give it him because they needed a top quality manager. And that's what they have. And it is concerning to me that they don't have a lot of patience. Are they likely to get on his back after 5 games? Absolutely. The problem is ambition. The ambition of the Arsenal fans is huge. They want success, and no football fan in the world doesn't want that. Arsenal board don't really. They don't have much ambition. They want top 4. They'll be happy with top 4. If Arteta gives them top 4 every single season, they will be extremely happy. And that's all he has to do. If Wenger got to the top 4 last season and this season, then he would still be in a job, because that's the cash cow, along with the Premier League. So as long as they have that, they're not worried. This is the problem. It is not to do. It doesn't matter who you bring in. There will still be problems at Arsenal because they are unhappy with Gazidis and Stan Kroenke, and that will continue to happen. I wouldn't want to be Arsenal manager because of that. 50 million. 50. That's basically what they had to spend last season, and they bought Lacazette and they bought Kolasinac on a free transfer. I'm not saying they should go nuts with money, but they need to have a bit more ambition here. They need to be spending, 150, 200 million, because they need better players. They need more players at the center, at the heart of the defence. They need someone who can cut balls out of play, and it's not Xhaka. They need a winger. They haven't really got any proper out and out wingers, and that is a problem. He's going to have to get the best out of some young players here. He's going to need to get the best out of Holding, Mavropanos, Ainsley Maitland-Niles to have any chance of getting in the top 4. And it's becoming a little bit the top 5 in Arsenal at the moment. Whether that will continue, I have no idea. But I am worried that Arsenal fans, quite rightly, will be annoyed if they're not challenging again. They see themselves as a big club, which they are. They are a huge club. And Arsenal fans' ambitions are here. The board is here. And even if they were to sort of meet halfway, that would mean too much to the Arsenal fans. I feel sorry for them because, they've got their hopes up unnecessarily. I didn't expect them to go in for an Allegri or a Simeone or a Lowe. I expected them to do something stupid like this, and I am not surprised. But having said that, Arteta is a very, very, very clever bloke. He certainly could do a good job. He needs to spend well. He needs to maybe do a bit of wheeling and dealing. Maybe, he needs to try and sell what he can and get what he can for whoever he decided to sell and spend that money wisely. He needs to try and get better. He needs to try and get the best out of players like Mustafi, Bellerin, who have been there a while, Xhaka. It's important that Xhaka can improve. If he can improve players, then that's half the battle. If he can improve the players, then they could challenge. If not, it could be another season outside of the top 4 for Arsenal. So how do you think that Mikel Arteta would do if he got the job? Let me know your thoughts down below. Who, if you are an Arsenal fan, who was your original pick and who would you be happy with now? Was your pick in Allegri and are you happy with Arteta? Let me know your thoughts down below. I am Mike, thank you so much for watching and I will see you soon. Well done for completing another video with me and thank you so much for watching. On this screen you will see the best football lists. There are so many different ones, definitely worth a check out. And my most recent upload, as well as subscribe to my channel. Thank you.